Hi everybody, it's Cricket from Woolly Cricket. You can find me as Woolly Cricket on most anywhere that knitting people hang out or just people hang out. I can't talk. This is like the fourth time I've tried this, and my phone keeps going off. And it's Halloween. Happy Halloween, by the way, if you celebrate. If you don't, you can't deny the little kids with princesses and little knights and puppy dogs and stuff are so cute. But no, we didn't have any hardly this year, so it's fine. Back to what I was jabbering about. I'm Woolly Cricket on Instagram, Pinterest, YouTube, Ravelry, X, Tumblr, most all those things. So just look, and if it's not there and you want me to be there, then send me a message and I'll sign up. Okay. Now I don't have any finished objects that you can see because they're already gone. They're in that out the door segment, and until I find a pretty door to video, then I'm not going to do an out the door. I need a pretty door opening and shutting, so I will find one that I like, and we will have an out the door segment, and I'll just show you quick clips or give you a list, and most of them is going to be dog sweaters. So I know you've already seen all my dog sweaters, and you don't need to see a million of them. I am going to ask the people that share their pictures with me if they would mind me sharing pictures up above with you guys, so you can actually see the dogs in the sweaters, because who doesn't like puppies, right? Or big dogs. I call them all puppies. It's like anybody under your age you call a kid or a child, and any dog you call a puppy. So I don't know. It's an old people thing, and I'm an old people, and I can do that. So okay, let me get my chair here. I'm going to I've got a new stitch that I want to check and see if it's elastic enough to be in a dog sweater, because it needs a lot of stretch. You know, it's got to be stretchy. And I thought I would take you along and do this in this segment so you could see it. You can use it in washcloths, blankets, scarves, cowls, probably hats, most anything like that. So I'm just going to show you how I do the stitch and see if you like it. It can be used for many things, and then we will go from there and see if it works for a dog sweater. If it does, then I will do a prototype and you can see that one. But right now I'm just going to show you how to do this stitch. I don't have a name for it, so if you know what it's called, or if it's already an established stitch pattern in knitting, then in the comment below put what it's called, because I've not seen a name for it. I didn't find one, so maybe you'll know more than I do. So I'm going to turn you around so you can see my hands, and I'm going to knit this and show you. And you can do it on any number of stitches. You don't have to have a specific count, like a 2 plus 1 or even number, odd number. You can use any kind you like. So I'm going to turn you around. Oh, sorry, I'm so sleepy. Lazy person, lazy person. Let me turn you around here and get you oriented where you can see. Maybe that'll stay right there. My camera wants to keep twisting on this little stand, and I don't know how to keep it from twisting, so you'll have to excuse me here for a minute. I'm going to hold it and try to get it to stay where it won't run around so much. Now we can go, and I can show you. Sorry, my husband's got a catastrophe at work, and he always calls and tells me about it. He's a good man. He works hard. You know how economy and companies are nowadays. Sometimes they don't deserve good men. Sometimes we don't deserve good men. I can definitely tell you that I'm extremely lucky that I asked him to marry me. And yes, I did. Okay, we're going to cast on. I have my circular needles. I tried to use the long, just single needles, straight needles. And I can't do that now to save my neck. I was just knocking stuff over. So we're just going to cast on 10 or 15 stitches. That's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We're going to do 12. Let's do 13. That way you can see it can be done on the odd. And if you've not watched before, thank you for coming and hanging out with me for a little bit. Thank you for those that come back. I appreciate that more than you could ever know. I don't have a lot of people that hang out and talk knitting with me. My husband works a lot of hours. My son works a lot of hours. And the dog does not give his opinion on my knitting or anything else. He just looks at me like, why aren't you getting up and feeding me? Why didn't you open the door and let me go pee? Or why didn't you do something for me? So, yes, he loves me, but he loves me when he needs something. You know how that goes. You're a doggy mommy or animal mommy or a people mommy that doesn't talk. You know how that goes. Okay, for this first row, let me put my hands up here where you can see. And it's hard for me to watch the camera and knit, so I'm hoping it'll stay in frame, but we're going to try. We're going to knit the first stitch as normal. My dog is snoring. I don't know if you can hear him or not. He had to take an extra. He's on gabapentin for the pain and tramadol for pain and anxiety, and he's on a Rimadyl for his arthritis. And yes, for those that are keeping up with the Kylo saga, he is getting better. It has been a long road, very expensive road, but he is getting better. So thank goodness for all of the people that are checking in and checking on him. We deeply appreciate it. He is my baby. So here we go. We're going to knit the first one. You're going to purl all the stitches but the last one, but you're going to purl them through the back loop. So this is going through the back loop. For those that are new, I try to show, even if you know, I try to show you for the ones that don't know. Oh, and back to the pink Band-Aid thing on my finger. It is KT tape. You can get it at Walmart or Walgreens, or you can order it. And my husband uses it for pulled muscles and things like that. It helps support. Boy, I split that one, didn't I? Okay. Like normal, I'm going to do all the wrong things, so I've got to... I'm not allowed to say bad words on here, so I'll have to watch that. Because sometimes when things don't go my way, I've got a little bit of a potty mouth. Okay. You're purling it through the back loop, and you're going to knit the last one as normal. Okay, you're going to turn your work. So you're set up here. This is, it focuses. Come on, camera. I'll give you a small fortune for you. You need to focus, stupid camera. Can you see that? Maybe it'll be clearer for you than it is for me. Maybe it's my eyes or my glasses. Anyway, we're going to turn this. This is what I push with when I knit, because I push and I use sharp needles, so I push with this finger. So to keep from having holes in my finger, I've cut a little piece of that KT tape and wrap it around my finger, so I keep plenty around the house. That way, I'm going to move my leg. I've got to cramp my leg the way I'm sitting. Okay, now we're better. Old people, they have problems, huh? We have problems. Okay. You're going to slip the first stitch as if to purl. Here, let's put the yarn in the back. It needs to be. You're going to slip this as to purl. You're going to bring the working tail to the back. Part of the problem is it's backwards on my camera, and it's confusing my old brain. So you're going to pull up a stitch in between those two stitches. Leave that on the needle, and then you're going to knit that stitch through the back loop. Okay, again, you're going to pull up a stitch between the two, leaving that on the needle, and then you're going to knit that same stitch, first stitch, through the back loop. Hoping you can see this. between the stitches, pull up a loop, knit that next stitch on the needle through the back loop. So see, you've got the pink is hard to see, a loop and a loop and a loop. It makes a double loop. You think a different color might be better? Let's just, I'll cut this out and I'll get a different color. Okay. Because that pink is hard to see. Maybe that'll be better. Could be this light. Let's turn this off and see. That's just too much. Oh no, that didn't help. That didn't help at all. Okay. Alright. I'll have to cut every bit of this out. Dang it. Alright. Let's try it again. Take 50,000 million. Okay. I'm going to cast on 10, 15 stitches. Can you see that better this time? It's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. It can be an even number, it can be an odd number. That is entirely up to you. So you're going to turn your work. I don't use the straight needles anymore because I tried a while ago to do this segment and I couldn't use them. I was knocking everything down. So there you go. We're going to knit the first stitch, not with the tail dummy. How many of you guys done that? I used to do it all the time, but now I do it a lot on camera for some crazy reason. And then you're going to purl all the stitches but the last one through the back loop. So I sort of turn my needle toward me this way, point it up, and wrap it and purl where I can see it. Up through the back loop, wrap it and purl. So we're going to go all the way across. And I'm sort of like Denise at Earth Tones Girl. I like to do this stuff in real time. So if I mess up, you can see. And if you mess up the same thing I mess up, then you'll know what I did to fix it. And sometimes what I do to fix it is start all over again. Get some more thread out here. Yarn, thread, whatever you want to call it. Today I'm calling it thread for some reason. Whew, golly. Halloween must have, all the candy must have made me stupid. No, I do stupid stuff all by myself. I don't have to have candy. Alright, we're getting to the end here. It's just a 2-row repeat after you get this first setup row. So I'm going to purl through the back loop the last stitch and knit the last one as regular. Okay. You're going to turn your work. Get the needle over here. You're going to slip that first stitch as if to purl. Bring your yarn to the back. You're going to pull up a stitch between, hope you can see that, between these two stitches. You pull up a loop between them, and then you're going to knit that next stitch through the back loop. So you've got 2 stitches, an extra loop on that stitch. Get some yarn out there. Didn't call it thread that time. Pull up a stitch between the stitches, and then knit that first stitch on the needle through the back loop. Between, through the back loop. You're going to go all the way across, between, through the back, until you get to the end. Like I said, it's just a 2-stitch or 2-row repeat. You just repeat it over and over and over again. And I'm not sure if it's stretchy or not. I need a stretchy stitch for these dog sweaters because these puppies need give. They need a good fit, but they need some give. And they need it to fit right. So I've been on the hunt for stitches that is just not a stocking net because it doesn't stretch enough. And cables, you know, you can do cables, different kinds of cables. But I don't know, this one cable I did, goodness gracious, why am I catching all that? One cable I did for so long that I don't know that I want to do another one. Through the back, in between, knit the back loop, in between, we're almost there, through the back loop, in between, through the back loop, in between. Sorry, that's my tablet dinging. Every time somebody sends me a message, it dings, and I got the phone turned off, but I didn't the tablet. You're going to knit the last one. Okay. Now we're going to turn our work. You're going to slip this as if to purl, like always. In first stitch, you're going to slip as if to purl. Now, the next one, you're going to purl those two stitches, the stitch and the loop together. It's easier if you're not trying to do it on camera. Goodness. I think I could do this. We'll get across here. And I'll do a couple more rows and show you. It's really cute. It's sort of like a puff stitch, bobble looking stitch, but it's not quite as complicated as a bobble. You wouldn't know that by the way I'm working at it right now, but okay. And remind me when we get through with this, I've got a serious question to ask you guys. It's something I've noticed in the last few days. And I didn't know it was a thing, but you can tell me if it's a thing or not. Okay, and you're going to knit the last one as regular. Okay, let me turn it around here and see if you can see the texture in it. And do one more, maybe make it where you can see it a little better. You're going to slip that first stitch is if to purl, more yarn. Okay, you're going to pull up a loop between the two stitches and knit that first stitch on the needle through the back loop, between, through the back, between, through the back. And I don't know, I just saw this somewhere, I don't remember even where, but it didn't have a name. I've not been able to find a name, so if you know what it's called, put that in the doobly-doo down below in the box, a comment, something, so I can give it a name and a author, because I'm sure it's, I don't even, like I said, I just, one of those things that went, oh yeah, I remember that stitch. Don't remember where I found it. Can't find it again, but I do remember it. Between, through the back. We're almost to the end. Between, through the back. Between, through the back. Between, through the back. Two more. Between, through the back. Between, through the back. And knit the last one as normal. And I always sort of pull my work down so it'll tighten up on the edges. Okay, now turn your work. Slip the first one as if to purl. This is the last one. You guys don't need to see this 15 times. Purl the stitch and the loop over together. all the way to the end. Goodness gracious. You would think that after 50 years of knitting that I would be better at it than I am now. Goodness gracious. It's you guys. You just bring out the best in me, I'm afraid. Anytime I try to knit in front of you guys, I just make a huge mess out of it. I can knit and sit and watch TV, not pay any attention to what I'm doing, and it's just fine. My son says I knit like the wind. And they've got videos that you can't see my hands. It's like a big blur. I would have never believed it till they showed me. Last stitch we're going to knit. And I start trying to show you guys something, and I can't say squat. So, I can't do it either. I mean, I just mess everything up. So, there you go. It makes like a textured bobble. I will show it when I turn the camera back around. Maybe you can see it better. So, I'm going to stop right here, lay this down. If you know the name, it's not real stretchy. We'll see when it gets a little longer. Now, we're going to turn you around. Fix my camera so I can talk to you seriously for a minute. Ugh. Here we go. See, my screen's black now. Went to sleep. It went to sleep without me. Okay. Now. Oh, who knew you'd have all these cables and wires and things? I hope that's set pretty right. Turn this light around so you can see me. Ta-da! I'm back. So, okay, let me skip back here. Now, let me, I hope that was not too long and too tedious for everybody. Let me, I never can find anything. Okay, now, I'm going to show you this. Maybe it'll be clearer now that I've got the camera up right. Yarn. Okay. It's got a leaning bobble. It's a texture. Of course, this is not very pretty because I was trying to do it on camera, but you get the idea. I will make a pretty one and show you later, but I just wanted to share how to do that with you. And it's not extremely stretchy, so it won't work for a dog sweater, but it would make a, if you want to do it in cotton, it would make a fantastic dishcloth. Washcloth, dishcloth. You should have heard the earlier videos. I said you could do a towel. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm not going to knit a towel. I might knit a blanket, but I'm not knitting a towel. No way it's going to happen. So, there you go. That's my little test. So, that one will go as, maybe I'll do some dishcloths or something to see how I like them. They've got a little bit of texture, so they would be good for washing dishes or scrubbing your face or, I don't know, giving the dog a bath, whatever you want to use them for. But I don't think that'll be a good fit for the dog sweaters, so I will have to find something else. So about at the end of every month, like the Wednesday on the end of every month, I will do some kind of little short tutorial to give you maybe a broader range of stitches and ideas that you can use those for. So I don't know what you would use that for. I would use it for the washcloths or dishcloths. That's what I would use it for. Or a baby blanket. It would be fine for a baby blanket because it's pretty thick and it's soft and cushy. So there you go. Okay, my serious question. And I don't know how much of this I've already said because I've done this 2 or 3 times now. But what's with the duck lip thing? I don't remember that being a thing when we were kids. And my lips are chapped, so sorry. But I'm going to show you. Everybody I've seen that are sharing patterns or sharing Instagrams or just pictures in general are doing the duck lip thing. That's what my son says it's called. I'm not sure. He probably knows more about that than I do because I go to him for things like that. Yes, I'm one of those old people that they put ABC on their phone and send me a message, and I have to call him or send him a message and go, what does that mean? I'm old. Just type it out. I'm not going to. I've just quit asking. I just look it up on Google now. So, but if you send me a message with all them little letters and numbers and things like that, I have. If it takes me a while to answer, it's because I'm taking notes and writing this down so I can figure out what you're asking me. Okay, now the duck. Back to the duck lip thing. I don't even know if I can do it with a straight face. It's the. What is that? Is it cute? Did somebody in history go, oh, that's so cute? When? When you were eating lemons. Have a lemon. That's cute. No, it's not. It's not cute. You look like you've ate something bad or smelt something bad. All you need to do now is stick your finger up under your nose or hold your nose. I don't. Every time I see something nowadays, I have to smile because it reminds me of my mother. One time we were in town. We were driving from the store, me and some of my friends and my mother, and she was a pretty cool mom most of the time. And she had it on the radio station that played our type of music. And then, I don't even know who sang the song, but there was a song about somebody's knocking at the door. Somebody's ringing the bell. I mean, the people that's close to my age, you'll remember this song. And my mother sat there and we were just singing this song and laughing and having a good time. And she looked at me and she said, I wish somebody'd let them in. And then, of course, that made us worse. We wanted to sing louder and more and request it to be played all the time because it annoyed her so much. But now I completely understand because when my son was listening to music and it would be rap or something like that, some of it I understood, some of it I didn't, and I would have to look at him and go, what are they saying? So I guess it's a generational thing, and every generation does it. So our kids, my children, if he had children, would be doing it to his kids now. So I'm just, could somebody just please explain the duck lips, the pouty lips, that, do you think it's cute? Have you got a girlfriend or a friend or a boyfriend or somebody that does it? I had a friend tell me that she used to do it and she would get her way for her husband. My husband would look at me and ask me, what's wrong with me? Are you constipated? Are you hurting? Something wrong with you? I don't know. I don't know. I've not seen any pictures where I thought it was overly cute. So put a comment down below and let me know what you think. I didn't mean to ramble on this long. It was just going to be a short and show you the stitches to see if there was something that you could use possibly. You're my friends, and I'll get to talk to you every Wednesday evening or every Tuesday night into Wednesday morning. And I miss you terribly. Thank you for everybody that's come back. Thank you for all the new people that's hung out with me and listened to me ramble on about nonsense. And I will see you in a week, if not sooner. Bye.